Well, hello, my fellow sensitive people. It is I, your favorite whimsical oracle, here to deliver the news 3 weeks early. Thank you for being here. Now, if you've been watching the daily events, you should be seeing some things that have you slightly concerned. What do we have here? We have a NATO potentially cracking up. We have the United States messing with Ukraine's defenses. We have Marco Rubio and Elon Musk fighting. It appeared from the previous remote, from what we could gather, that Marco Rubio was investigating Dodgy and Elon Musk and what he believed were false claims. And he was so angry about it because Elon Musk attempted, I guess, to slash the State Department, that he began snooping around. This is what it looked like. And that Marco Rubio wanted some, Marco Rubio, I assume, is an attorney because he is, right? Because the energy I got when I went into him as a remote viewer was that, I can tell when the client's lying. Like I went into a kind of headspace where I wanted to see all documents. I want to see those documents. I was going to audit the auditors, and I was calling BS on him. So we have that going on. So this is, we've had the presidency, for a month now. And then, of course, rather proud of myself, actually. I think I did a rather good job here. Let's take a look at the Dow. Oh dear. What a pickle! It looks like it crashed. What is that? Wednesday, February 19th. Now, pray tell. Did I not warn you? Yes, I did. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm just joking around. But yes, I do goofy accents. But you can see here we have where the crash begins, which was on the 19th. And you might get these peaks, but you're going to get, these are probably people that are shorting. They're going in, they're shorting. That's having that kind of an effect, these short-term investors. But you can see the overall trend. In the last, we would drop of 5.75%, a stock market crash. If it gets past 10%, and at this rate, if we see it going below 10% in the next week or so, then we're looking at a stock market crash, which is unfortunately very likely. And this is because Trump said that we're looking at a recession, which was the other thing I was going to point out to people. Do you want to talk about it? No? You want to cry and weep? Well, that's not going to help. All right. Let's do this thing. Let's do the Impass prayer, and it is Monday. We're going to see how the week unfurls. If you haven't had a chance to like and subscribe, I would be very grateful. It helps the channel, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. We can also send some good healing energy to anybody who needs a healing at this time. I can go ahead and pray for those who need healings. Yeah. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys. to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together collectively, we say, Amen. And for those who are requesting a healing today for themselves and for those they love, may you and those you love receive a perfect healing in mind, in body, and in spirit. And together, collectively, as a community with the power of love, we say, Amen, Amen, Amen. May all souls be healed. Amen. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just take a look at the Trump administration, see if we can't find any information about what's going on. Last time I went in, I was very intrigued by the energy I saw with Marco Rubio demanding some kind of an internal audit or investigation. I think that Marco Rubio thinks that Elon Musk is just full of it. Doesn't believe. Not only that, but I think Marco Rubio sees him as a potential threat to American security. And sees it as a threat to the State Department. Now, how far is Marco Rubio going to take it? He could take it very far if he sees Musk as a threat to our foreign policy is being changed. And so the red flags are going off now with Marco Rubio. And those red flags are causing him to file reports of concern about the situation and to call for investigations about the situation. That's what I'm getting while I'm attached. Let's see what else I can get. Thank you for being here. I think that there are people who I don't agree with politically who are on the other side of the aisle, but they do love this country and they think that what they're doing is for the best of the country. And I think that those people are going to intervene when it comes to Dodgy, because you have the judges coming in and you have smooth waters lay ahead. 6 of Swords is coming in. So, I don't think they're going to be able to pull off Dodgy what they tried to do. And I know that people got rehired. The Empress is in the first house, is quite auspicious. There are reports coming in for this president about how much wealth potential is available in the green economy. This is Gaia. Her treasure trove ever overflows. It has to do with fertility. The truth of the matter is, if things were changed slightly, just slightly, if people increased their taxes just a bit, and if we cut things slightly, say we cut 10% and increased certain tax advantages, we took in another 10% from those people who get tax breaks, we would probably pull ourselves out of this in about 10 to 15 years. If we wanted to be more aggressive, we could be more aggressive. But the message from Spirit here is that the truth of the matter is, with proper management, America is still a very wealthy country with amazing resources. And the greatest resource is Gaia. You know, we've talked about how people have animosity, which is completely irrational, against the state of Florida. But state of Florida broke off from Central and South America, which was attached to Africa. And that's why people who are interested in safari and want to study the environment will go to Florida, because it's a national treasure. So what has happened in this country is we've become so irrational because of politics. We have forgotten that we are sitting in a land of great wealth and beauty and wonder and awe And it's caused us to not only cloud our view of our country, but also our willingness to help our country and to preserve its natural resources. But Empress is quite auspicious. It speaks of a nation that is strong and wealthy. The fact that the base card presents as a Six of Swords is an indication of smooth waters. I read a sword as a 1 year period, as do many other readers, and that's because it's solid like ice, and so it often stands for January or the time of winter, and then it goes full circle 1 year. So when we talk about a Six of Swords, it's a card that often indicates smooth waters approaching, or that the person has left a scary situation and smooth waters lay ahead for the nation. And we see many, many years ahead lay smooth waters as the swords are seen into the future. So the takeaway here is that the country is going to be okay. And we also keep seeing the same thing over and over and over again for the United States, which is that sanity will prevail and that we have a wealthy country here. We just need to manage our resources better, and we don't need to be so extreme and hyper dramatic like Elon. You know, Elon's very entertaining, but this is kind of silly and not necessary. We can get out of debt we can partner like Shark Tank. We can do partnerships with small businesses, and the profits can go towards entitlements and debt reduction. There's tons of things we can do if we partner with fellow Americans and do green deals. There's all kinds of wonderful companies. And I think it's a great idea. And I think that it's a bipartisan idea of investing in great ideas that are good for the planet. So we have this Empress come in. As I had said before, I'm going to make a psychic prediction that America is going to begin investing in new, smaller companies. And as a co-owner, they will be able to create great wealth for people who have smaller businesses, and it's going to be great for the country. Don't lock yourself into preconceived ideas. Be open-minded. Also be open-minded to collaboration with people that you may not have wanted to collaborate with before. Like, I don't want to deal with them because they're Republican, whatever. But you may find with this type of juxtaposition that we do have good collaboration when we think in terms of what is the best for all stakeholders. So what is best for all stakeholders for America is that America remains strong, that it be unified, and that we build up our resources and we protect our resources. This is objective reality that no one, Republican or Democrat, could argue with. And so for that reason, it is wise for us, if we truly want to turn the ship around, is to look at those resources, look at how we can unify as a country and begin to take advantage of the great ideas and the great resources that exist, both in terms of small businesses, but also in terms of innovation that's going to protect the planet. What is above us at this time is a great and heavy winds of war lay over us. It is as if someone has declared war on America. War is on top of us. And I believe that part of why war is on top of us is because we are a country that is, like I said, experiencing an autoimmune condition. We are attacking ourselves, and a nation divided cannot stand. And if you truly love America, you'll think in terms of how can we unify the country and less about bipartisan politics. Smoother waters lay ahead so long as we have good judgment. Then the judges come in and we think about what is best for all stakeholders, what is best for all citizens, what is best for all of the world. But Knight of Swords is war. It is heavy winds. It is the bull in the china shop. It can actually be an indication of heavy storms with heavy winds. It could indicate more environmental rough waters. Rough weather is right over us. Possibly extremely heavy winds are going to be hitting across the United States. But the fact that there's also a Nine of Wands here leads me to think we are also in war, that war has come to America. What we're sitting in is Two of Cups. So this desire to heal. You know, Two of Cups is often seen as a romantic card, but it's also a card that has to do with people just coming together and trying to work together for the good of everyone, for the health of everyone. The man reaches out and he touches her hand and he tries to come together for the ultimate good. I like the twining of the asp in the imagery here, which of course as a physician I can get behind that, the twining asp. Symbols of medicine. So we're trying to heal this internal war, this violence that rages above us as a nation. And how can we return back to the great unity that we're meant to be? And it comes with, first off, acknowledging the great resources of this country, not just our earthly resources like the great state of Florida, California also. I mean, there's many great states. I can go on and on. They're all great, right? But the great potential of us as citizens to pull ourselves out of this if we would simply take our own potential, our own dreams, and our own abilities more seriously, and be about our business cleaning up our own portion of the country, it would go well to the betterment of everyone. What is behind us, what we are leaving behind as a country, is the businessman. Business will no longer be what it was. It can no longer be what it was because it doesn't sustain everyone. And when we think about the empress, she's the mother that has, like, you think about certain Hindu deities that have multiple breasts so that they can feed all of their babies. Durga, I think it's Durga, right? Durga has multiple breasts, and then she feels, yeah, then she becomes Kali, but that's a whole lot. So we're leaving this business, and we're headed towards the time of the inverted Ten of Pentacles. The inverted Ten of Pentacles, the breaking of the cycle of the family of dysfunction. But right now, a Knight of Swords and a Ten of Pentacles would be our inheritance. We're losing our inheritance. We're losing our inheritance, and we're engaged in extreme violence. This is violence and loss of inheritance. The businessman could come in and take our inheritance, an inverted Ten of Pentacles. Where we are at right now is great strife, and things are happening very, very rapidly. Eight of Wands is a strife card, has to do with things happening very rapidly. Our opposition is, unfortunately, it could be war, it could be the King of Swords, which is also Trump's card. Maybe the whole country is beginning to not be so happy with this president. They're not happy with Musk. The murmurings I feel when I go into meditation by Trump supporters, I hear myself say when I am that, because I'm a Vajrayana remote viewer. When I am that and I am the Trump support, he's just not what he was. He's just not what he was. He's changed. He's different. He's just not what he was. Now, is that because he's older? Is that because of Elon Musk and feeling that he's being influenced? Because Elon Musk only has an approval rating of something like 20%. So I think that there's this concern. They don't like this. This is really cutting into his base. And you also have someone like Steve Bannon, which just utterly hates the guy, right? So you've got this civil unrest. I think it's more serious than what happened between Spicer and Bannon, because they were both working for Trump, and in the end, they both got fired. But this is different because Bannon is unrestrained. He doesn't have to answer to Trump at this point. The hope and the fear at this time, armistice. And then the final outcome for the country, a healing, a great healing, Archangel Raphael. So the healing starts with ourselves. What can we do to heal ourselves? But overall, the nation will be fine. We will pull ourselves out of this because we will see logic. We will use math. We will use reason, just like I did, to calculate it. Go ahead and ask Grok. Don't believe me. Go ahead and check Chat GPT. What would happen If you took the crazy mathematician, this crazy Whimsy, she does pure math. I do HCRV, and then I go back and I check my data using supercomputers. You can do it too. We'd be out of, we wouldn't have a debt if we just invested it, raise taxes slightly, and begin investing in small companies as a co-partner and use the profits to strengthen entitlement so that people get what they're entitled to. It also ends the cycle of poverty. I can show you all the data. I have the visions. When I'm a remote viewer, and then I go back and I calculate with supercomputers. All right, so the final outcome is Page of Cups. A great healing will happen to the nation. It always goes to the new green economy. They always begins just asking for the new great idea and partnering. It always goes in that direction. A great joy comes to the nation. It strengthens the Constitution. The law of the land of America is the Constitution, or the higher ethos, which is why when you're doing a reading for the government, I will use Hierophant as the Constitution, because it's the higher ethos of the country. And the opposition is that Trump is finished. You have the Knight of Pentacles over the a King of Swords, which would indicate that he can't stay. And it's this growing feeling he's not what he was, that he's not able to do his job. The hopes and fears, economic collapse by the country. And then over Archangel Raphael, a great nation, financially secure, will heal itself. Many blessings come to America. And there's a message from Spirit to the American people that have done so many wonderful things and horrible things, slavery and all the other terrible things that we've been a part of, hegemony, and what happened to indigenous peoples, etc. So we can go on and on and on, but humanity is evolving towards perfection. Humanity is evolving towards perfection. The prefrontal cortex is a new part of the brain, this ability to think before we act. And we are evolving towards something really wonderful. And we are creating heaven on earth. And this will extend to the rest of the world. It's not just the United States. The last thing I wanted to close with in terms of the remotes had to do with Canada. I think there's a change up now. There's a man, is the conservative that won? Canada will move forward with taking legal action against the United States for breach of contract, as will other countries, possibly France, as well as Mexico. So we could be looking at multiple lawsuits coming in from countries if we feel that the tariffs violate pre-existing contracts. And so that's something else that we're going to be looking in. The last thing I wanted to close with had to do with the international monetary funds, what's going on in Europe, etc., and the fact that there could be trade organizations and monetary funds connected very closely with Europe that work towards sanctioning Elon Musk and his ability to do trade in certain countries because of a violation of certain laws. Yeah. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for coming in for today's reading. If you're trying to get in for a reading with me, you can check me out through Booksy or quick 5-minute readings through Wizio. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. Thank you for your love and support of this channel, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.